Welcome, guys. It's time for Delhi Crime.
We're so used to idolizing or believing that heroes are men. We kind of forget that one of the most powerful gods is Kali.
Men were having periods, they would be like 3 days off in the month with paid leave and all
Yeah.
of that. But when it comes to women, there's a big like,
Yeah.
let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. I'm charming.
Unless you're dead sure that you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. And I say the same about motherhood. You've got to be dead sure
That this is what you
that
want.
this is what I want. If you're not, do not do it.
Yeah.
It's fine if you decide to give the best to yourself.
Yeah.
It's fine if you decide you don't want to have a child.
But yeah,
That
this
doesn't
is the
make you any
problem.
lesser a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Being a woman is being a nurturer.
In fact, I feel to be economically independent in your 20s or 30s and to not be married or not have children, I think is a superpower.
Yeah.
I can literally pick up my bag and go anywhere in the world.
Also, I think people are realizing that you may grow older and have more money, but will you have the health
Yeah.
to be able to, travel the world or do stuff for
Yeah.
yourself?
Does being a feminist mean that you have that independence? So you have that agency to just be and do whatever you want, guilt-free.
I think that's probably the closest someone has expressed feminism in the right way. Sometimes when you put others first, you don't even come last. Sometimes you just want to be heard. You don't want a solution. There are a lot of times when I tell people, I don't want a solution. I'm just talking.
I want to
I want to vent.
Three girls. I love
Three
the
girls,
conversation. Coffee. It was so nice.
It's been wonderful talking.
I don't know, insightful questions that once the question's over, I'm also thinking, like that's what I really feel about you.
Yeah.
Because you can't prepare for these things.
Welcome, guys. It's time for Delhi Crime, and we're so excited to be chatting with both of you.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
So the entire, notion that it has to be a male pivotal role and then women can just be there has absolutely been smashed with both of you, because you are obviously on the side of the good, and you have, and we'll get into the depths of your character, personified evil. So how did it feel with such a strong, powerful female cast? Even Rasika's part of it. I'm sure that there are so many others. How did it feel for both of you?
So there are two parts of this. One is what I felt when I was even offered this part.
Yeah.
And you correctly said, we're so used to idolizing or believing that heroes are men.
Yeah.
But we kind of forget that one of the most powerful gods is Kali.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that it's taken time to break that. The doer and the villain.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
villain and the hero are both men.
Correct.
The women, like you said, are there. They're very nicely there. And of course, there's space for that. But then there are so many stories of women that haven't even been told. So when I was offered this, I was like grateful. I mean, that one is that there is you're making a woman a face of it, and two is she's not a 18-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old.
Amazing. Yeah.
Which is so difficult to do in this industry, to break that and say, I'm going to own this space.
Yeah.
So it's all of that. Coming to the show, I think it's one of the finest female ensemble casts I have ever seen. I haven't seen the show, but
Yeah.
first when I was told Huma's doing it, I'm getting goosebumps. I was like,
Oh my
oh my
God.
God.
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, I mean, how crazy is this going to be? And then, of course, I read the script. And, you can only imagine where an actor will take it, but it's unfair because every actor who's worth their mettle will surprise you. Sadly, we just had 2 scenes together. But I'll tell you, we had interrogation scenes with various of the actresses. We did this 4 days in a row. Every single day,
Yeah.
I would be like, I was gobsmacked.
Wow.
And it just kept going better and these young kids who are phenomenal. And there is Meeta ma'am, and then of course there is no denying about the camaraderie between Madam Sir and Neeti. But it was just, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
It's got one of the easily the like I'm telling you, I was just, every time I had an actor in front of me, I would be like,
Wow.
Somebody
Wow,
had to
yeah.
remind your line.
How sweet.
What about you?
I love working with women. I really enjoy working with women. I feel there's a lot of comfort. There's a lot of like, I don't know, fixing of each other's crowns, and I really enjoy that. It makes me feel very safe, secure, happy. Um, and this show has just been amazing. Like Chef said, this is such a great ensemble of actors, just incredibly just riffing off and playing off each other. Most of my scenes with Chayoni, and it was incredible. You know, the couple of scenes we had, there was just so much security.
Yeah.
You know, I was very aware of the fact that this is Delhi crime. It's a world that I'm entering, and I could be doing whatever outside, but I am a character that gets introduced in season 3. And Chef was so secure, you know, she really was so welcoming, and we just had a blast with those scenes. I
Yeah.
remember the I don't want no spoilers, but the climax, and you know, I have this longish piece that I have to say, and both Tanuj and I were like, oh, maybe you should say something, and she's like, no, this is your moment.
And it was written, and I kept
know?
saying no, but
Yeah.
I'm listening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Also, she's not going to take. She's not going to buy it.
Yeah.
I appreciate your pain, but so I was like,
No, I don't need to.
I'll just keep quiet. No, I'm listening.
But you
to
know,
her
it
now.
comes from such a place of security, Chef, and I'm giving you compliments, so take it.
Yes, thank
Take
you.
it, because
Thank you.
it's sometimes, you know, as actors you're compelled to say something because you feel like, हाँ मैं भी कुछ मेरी भी line, you know, it happens. Like you feel if you're not saying a dialogue, then maybe like what am I really doing?
Yeah.
But I feel it comes from experience. It comes from security. Being like, no, it's okay. This is a moment that I'm listening to you, and whatever my character motivation is, it also another level of it is you do what you have to do, and I don't need to
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
oh, I have one
हाँ.
dialogue here
हाँ.
also. उसकी
Yeah.
ज़रूरत नहीं है.
Yeah.
And I think the whole show is sort of a reflection of that, in terms of like everybody just gave each other a lot of space, and we riffed off each other, and I think which is why I think, and I'm going to just announce it, this is going to be the biggest, the bestest, the most thrilling season of Delhi Crime, because it is because of the team, it is because of how people have just, you know, gone above and beyond you know, themselves to make this happen. And it's a privilege to be working with women. It's a privilege today to be also leading shows and films, and not just be a hero's accessory कि हाँ तुम जाके जंग फतेह करो and I'm making खाना for you and singing साजन वापस कब आएंगे, you know, which is great, but I also can do why can't I wear the boots and, you know, take the gun and save my country, or why can't I be the bad guy? Like, why do I have to have the burden of that lens of being this moral upholder all the time? So I can, you know, as an actor today, I'm blessed, I can do a Rani Bharti na Maharani, but I can also play like a real badass Badi Didi who's just this bad person, and you know, these people exist.
Yeah.
And I think as actors, actresses, we're so privileged that today we get the space, we get the writing, we get the directors and producers who support us, who just help us fly and create these very authentic, living, breathing, larger than life characters.
Yeah. Especially on the villain front, right? Most villains are men, and they come from a
Or she's a
certain-
gangster's mall. You know, she'll be
Something,
like
yeah.
sitting over there.
Yeah.
Mona Darling.
Mona Darling. Yeah.
Mona Darling. Oh, there you have a show.
Monica.
Come on,
No,
Mona.
it's a
Yeah.
film. Monica. Yeah.
But that
yeah.
was also, you know,
That also subverted the trope actually.
And
yeah.
it was a whimsical character, you know. But this is like serious. Like I read an article where you said that it's like the Joker to a Batman, right?
Yes.
That equation, and that's scary,
Yeah.
because I mean I think it was one of the most nuanced characters in villaining history. So how is it to take
बोल
that?
के
up?
फंस गए हैं हम लोग
तनुज।
अभी लग गए.
Tanuj.
No, I mean, compared to Badi Didi, Monica, oh my darling, bichari, she's a bichari cutie. She's a little cutie, she is. She was just like having, you know, playing guys off each other with their jealousies, office politics kind of a thing, which got out of hand. Badi Didi is dark. Badi Didi is I've said this before, the most niche, horrible, horrendous, ghatiya insan you can think of. She's an actual manifestation of that. But why it was very important for me to lean into that darkness is, you know, because when you're doing a show like Delhi Crime, it of course talks about the crime, it talks about the case, it talks about, you know, bringing them to justice. But I think it also talks about the fact that if you don't end this systemic cycle of crime and injustice, it leads to more criminals. And I think when you see the whole show, you'll understand the arc of this character, not justifying it, not glorifying it, not making excuses for it, but really that, okay, if something happens, a bad happens to people, men and women, they also end up becoming part of the system.
It's like the victim becoming the perpetrator.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You become even more darker than the darkness that was inflicted upon you, and hence it is so important for us as civil society to really like talk about it, to address it, to to stop it. And I was like, the more darker I go, the more granular I go, the more I start thinking about this person who actually is a part of this world. She was born in a certain circumstance. She didn't have the best opportunities. She had horrible things done to her, and now it's almost like she's using that rage and anger that she had to do the same thing and worse to other people.
Yeah.
And honestly, all the horrible things I do in the show, I think that was my emotional core that I used. That okay, I didn't have someone to protect me when I was a little girl.
Sure. So why
now I'm going to
yeah.
be like, I want to burn the whole world down. And of course,
Yeah.
I want to be greedy and I want to have a good life. And I'm going to like, I'm just going to just take out that rage in some form or way. And I mean, that was my approach to it.
So out of films, right? Like, do you think that those concepts of feminism or like femininity are being challenged also? Because it's not necessary that you have to only be soft and dainty and vulnerable. You can be those also, but you can also be tough and strong and independent. So how do you see that even outside of films, just generally?
I mean, when you see today's generation, they seem so comfortable in their skin. Yes, sadly, the other side is that you're only living in a world of filters.
Yeah.
But yet there is another side where they're so unfiltered. I'm saying not just visually, I'm also saying metaphorically.
Yeah.
Which is a great strength. And yes, there are ideas about feminism, about femininity, like you said. But luckily, we are breaking that. What was that film, Vidya's film, where she plays the South actress?
Shakuntala Devi.
No.
The
Sorry,
dirty
the
picture.
picture.
Oh, dirty picture.
yeah,
Sorry,
I was
not the
like,
mathematician. Sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
hats off,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And she owned it.
100%.
Also, who, like, some people may think that, voluptuous is beautiful. Some people might think thin women are beautiful. So, beauty is subjective.
Yeah.
Everyone has a viewpoint of their own. Also, touch wood, on the ramp or in advertisements, or when you see, women dressed beautifully, like they're showcasing a designer, let's say.
Right.
There are women who are much more fuller.
Yeah.
So it's not restricted to that thin, tall, pretty, long hair.
Yeah.
Thank God for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that is changing. At the same time, like I said, it's subjective. What works for you is your decision. If working out like a dog and being thin is what you want to do, it's your decision.
Yeah.
You want to starve yourself and look like a stick, it's your decision.
Yeah.
You want to go get a filler, it's your body, your money, your decision. So it's very, very unfair to judge what is the right, because it's very easy to do this and then
Blanket.
suddenly go total flip.
Correct. How does this feed into desirability or sexualizing certain content for it to sell? Like, for example, there are a lot of people who speak about the fact that there is a item number randomly sprinkled into a movie without context, because bases those views or bases that kind of visual, you move tickets or you move sales or you move views. What do you think about that?
I want to. So I've done a bunch of some songs like this, and I've really enjoyed. I love dancing. I don't think I've done enough of dancing in movies as I should have, and that's not on me. But no, I really enjoy dancing. I really enjoy dressing up. I really enjoy fashion. I really enjoy doing the whole red carpet moment, whatever. But I feel like as long as I'm dressing up for myself, and as long as I'm using a song and I'm using my body and my face to express and own my own sensuality and sexuality, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
And as a woman, you always know. When you walk onto a set or you talk to people and when they're shooting a piece, you know where they're coming from. You know what the intention is. And I don't think I'll ever work with somebody if I just feel that they want to just put a close-up on my chest and that's what they want to focus on. However, do I not want to celebrate my womanhood or my being my femininity in a
Yeah.
certain way, 100%. And there's nothing wrong with that. In
Yeah.
fact, I feel sometimes by not doing that, we are just trying to make, I don't know, just cloaking our female desires and our female expression of, what we really feel into some sanitized version that is acceptable to people.
Correct.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Female desire is should be very much expressed openly.
Yeah.
It should be normalized. Women looking good, feeling good about themselves, and expressing that in a way, is a beautiful thing. There's nothing to be ashamed about.
Yeah.
However, yes, if it's just about commodification of a woman's body
Yeah.
and it being showcased a certain way, then I feel it's just ugly. More than anything else. It's just ugly and it's horrible because it's, again, you're just like, it's like another version of like, that whole, it's almost like a trafficking mentality that you're perfuming
Yeah.
somebody to present it to like a buyer. I think
Correct.
that is what I'm not personally okay with. Again, everyone's choice with what they want
Yeah.
to make. People want to make whatever. People want to watch whatever is there. This is the moral compass I hold to myself.
What do you think?
I completely agree with what she's saying. There are people who want to watch it.
Yeah.
If you are comfortable in doing it and you're celebrating your womanhood,
Yeah.
who is anyone else to tell you that? There are films being made which can give you a different kind of a part. But if somebody is choosing to do this, does it make it right or wrong? No, it does not. So I feel that, I just genuinely feel that who is sitting here and deciding?
Or who is to be the judge?
Who
of
is
this?
supposed to be the judge? And like she correctly said, if you leave it as a woman's choice, then you're being fair. But if you decide you want to do this because it's going to work for your film, then it's not right. It's not fair to women. It's not fair to humanity. It's not fair to the art you are creating. So it's all of it together.
Yeah. So, when you said something about female desire, of, owning that desire, because now more and more women talk about this, right? In multiple contexts. So, we've done an interview with Neena Ji where she spoke about female desire, and she said, listen, let me tell you something about marriage, and let me tell you something about love, that is, it's not going to be accepted well, but I'll say it because it's the truth, that everything begins with lust. Okay, yes, there will be some element of love there, but largely it starts with that. Then it moves towards affection, and then eventually in a marriage it becomes a habit. And that's something that she said.
Interesting.
And there was a huge debate on social, right? Because there were people agreeing, there were people disagreeing. And we're like, how can women talk so openly about lust? Okay, that was a very common sentiment. Well, how do you guys perceive this?
But
entire...
it's lust is a very loaded word. If you replace that with attraction, it would be accepted.
Yeah.
When you first meet someone, it's always attraction. You could be attracted to their body, to their mind, to their values, to their family, to so many things. It's attraction, right? I want to have coffee with you because I like spending time with you. There's a form of attraction, even amongst friends, right?
Yeah. Also, the justification between, let's say, chemistry and sexual chemistry, it completely changes the connotation of it, where there is no need to.
I don't know about marriage and habit. I mean, I've not reached there yet, but I mean, Chef will be like...
Marriage is, like I've said this earlier, that unless you're dead sure that you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, and I say the same about motherhood, you've got to be dead sure
That this is what you
that
want.
this is what I want. If you're not, do not do it.
Yeah.
It's a huge commitment. It's going to change. It's going to lose the initial excitement and whatever, and it's going to be a lot of work.
So I
It's
have
a lot
two
of
dogs, and I already am thinking like, this is like a lot. Like I'm already feeling I've been so busy this week.
Yeah.
I've not played with them, spent any time, and so I can only
Yeah.
imagine what. I mean, I'm not comparing dogs to babies, but you know what I mean, right? You do, okay, good. You said it. I mean, mother is saying it. Your sons will watch this.
I think they like the dogs
The
better
more-
than me. I know. So, but those are also my babies. So it's like, and I think my heart goes out more to them because they can't even say it.
Yeah, and then they're so happy to see you all
I
the
know, they're just
time,
like,
and they're
they're
looking
too
at you.
cute.
Yeah,
They're
so
too cute.
so you have to. It's a decision. Like, okay, now I'm going to be
It's going
a
to
mama or a dog mama or
it's
whatever.
going
It's a
to
commitment.
change your life in a very, very big way.
Yeah.
So unless you're dead sure about it,
Yeah.
I'd really suggest don't get into it. I'm going to get trolled for this again.
No,
No, you
Oh,
won't.
she is-
No, not at all. In fact, what you said is the most practical thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, then it's better than being a bad partner.
Yeah, than
Or cheating on your partner.
Yeah.
Or being a bad mother and your child
Agreed.
growing up and hating you because you gave him all this childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I think it's a far better option.
Yeah.
I think back in the day, people just didn't know. You know,
Yeah.
शादी
No, it
कर
was
लो,
just
बच्चे
a
कर लो.
norm.
There wasn't even
Yeah.
an option.
हाँ,
ना.
कि तो normal होता है ना.
मतलब शादी नहीं करनी.
Yeah.
बच्चे नहीं होंगे. That was the first, like
Yeah.
how, like you wake up every morning and brush your teeth, so that way you're supposed to get married and have children.
In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
I feel to be economically independent in your 20s or 30s and to not be married or not have children, I think it's a superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can literally pick up my bag and go anywhere in the world, and I don't have
We were
that
just talking
guilt
about
or that responsibility that, oh my God, I am responsible for human beings that I have to provide for or care for, and you can just focus on yourself. And perhaps people may think it's selfish or whatever, but so be it. You know,
so that's totally okay.
yeah,
right?
that's
Like,
totally okay.
So now we're in the era of solo travel, self-love. Like you said, right? You can pack up your bags and be out the door, and
Yeah.
it's guilt-free, it's hassle-free, and you can really have that independence. But even for people who are married, like, you know, I was talking to you earlier about your post that resonated with so many people, where you took off on a solo trip because other people's calendars were not aligning. You were
Yeah.
like, no, I'm just gonna go because I really want to go. So what does it truly mean, right? Like, does being a feminist mean that you have that independence? So you have that agency to just be and do whatever you want, guilt-free.
I think that's probably the closest someone has expressed feminism in the right way. Because you're talking about equality, you're
Yeah.
not talking about one-upmanship.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel, you know, when Huma was talking about young girls and the financial independence, which is so important, I cannot
Yeah.
emphasize it enough.
Correct.
One is that. Two is, yes, I love my family and I want to travel with them, but I also realized, like, you know, I keep telling Vipul and I keep telling the kids, you have your life. I'm running out of time. You know, I was telling Vipul, I said, if I had to go cover every part of the world, how much time would I take? So he said, you'd never come back home.
Yeah.
And then it depends on when you're going to pop it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. But it's, so if I don't do it today, then when? Sometimes when you put others first, you don't even come last. And it's a fact. Because I think we've lost the balance. I don't know whether we were brought up with thinking that this both can happen together.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
Either
lopsided,
or. Yeah.
either or. It can be this and
Yeah.
this. But that's been difficult to understand. And like I said, I was just like, I really wanted to go with them, but they could not go.
Yeah.
Because they were busy
And
with their life.
They were
and
busy
yeah.
with their lives. And I said, you know what? I can't keep waiting.
Yeah.
I just have to go. I'm dying to go.
Yeah.
And then I decided this year I will travel every month, which probably was a little
Over ambitious.
overambitious.
Yeah.
But also, you know what? It's initially like we're so used to being with family, friends, and I guard my privacy. Like I love it when I'm just alone and my doggies are lying there and I'm sitting in my room doing nothing. I love it. But when you're going out now, you suddenly feel, what if I get bored? फिर अकेले क्या करूँगी?
Yeah.
But so I'm kind of getting used to and understanding the joy of doing nothing. I can't not do nothing. I have to constantly keep doing something. So I just think it's so important for yourself. And it doesn't have to be or.
Yeah.
It can be and.
Yeah.
You know, just because you love yourself doesn't mean you don't love others.
Correct. Exactly.
You know, you can love everybody. Like, but I think one of the very wonderful comments that I got was, I booked my tickets.
How lovely.
Yeah.
I was like,
lovely.
oh, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
so,
nice. How
lovely.
sweet.
Yeah.
There was a guy who said, I booked a vacation for my mom, which is so
So
lovely.
nice.
Which is
Yeah.
so lovely.
Yeah.
And if we don't do it, we're also. It's not like I was ever forced to wait.
Yeah.
You know,
just don't.
I just didn't do it, and I can't even imagine the other women, because also I have to admit I come from a place of privilege. I can do this. Not a lot of women can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But we also have this upbringing of you do it along with everyone.
Yeah.
You know, like when kids are growing up, I'm sure my parents thought like this, that, you know, we won't do this so that we can save the money for our child's future.
Yeah. Yeah. So that feeling of sacrificing, the
Yeah.
feeling of, you know, that I'll place others
Yeah.
before myself,
Yeah.
or like at least do everything together.
Yeah.
So,
So
you
I went.
economize, you optimize.
Yeah, so I went from Mother India to Ja Simran Ja Jile Apni Zindagi, like
Love it.
straight.
Love that. Love that.
And it worked for me.
No, that's amazing.
It
I
really
think,
worked.
I think what happens with women is that, you know, we have all these identities.
Hmm.
You know, mother, sister, daughter,
Wife.
and then with all those relationships, or even like a working woman or whatever, there comes this sense of acute responsibility,
Hmm.
as if you're not there in the household or at your work or wherever, things will just somehow disintegrate.
Yeah.
And you're made to feel like this important cornerstone of all the activity.
Yeah.
Right? And then you also start feeling, and people also start making you feel very ashamed if you just want to do something for yourself, as if pata nahi kya hi ho jayega.
Yeah.
You know, so and somehow we also start justifying it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the time. What will happen to this
Yeah.
one? This one has exams,
True,
or you know,
true,
blah blah
true.
blah. What will my partner do? I need to be there for this big thing in the family or whatever. And I feel like the one thing that everybody should do, it doesn't matter what age you are, or it doesn't have to be like some fancy Spain jaake holiday karna. It could just be like even taking yourself out for a meal alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or going out for a coffee alone.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't take that much. But just to do that, to connect with yourself, okay, if I didn't have my parents or my partner or perhaps kids or whoever is around you, what do I really want to do?
Yeah.
What food do I want
Yeah.
to eat?
You're
Which
not-
restaurant do I really want to
True.
go to?
Very
How
true.
do I want to spend time with myself? Like, what do I really like? It's not because
Yeah.
isko man hai to chal bahan chal
Exactly.
lete hain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for most women, it's like चलो
Yeah,
सबका
yeah,
दिल
yeah,
है,
yeah, yeah.
तो सब साथ में घूमी जाते हैं. You know,
हाँ,
पापा
हाँ.
आएंगे ऑफिस से, हम बेटा फिर घूमी करने
And
जाएंगे.
in a restaurant, the mother will always eat. आप जो order,
करो मैं कुछ खा
the
लूंगी.
kid, husband,
Because she
everybody
has to eat the
order, and then she'll
leftovers,
be
na?
like,
Yeah. Yeah, don't waste food.
And she's happy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they wouldn't have ordered another dish for her, but it's just
No, and I get it. Like in our country, like for a lot of middle class families, you know, it's difficult. You
Yeah.
don't have the luxury
Luxury.
of like spending and splurging on yourself. Completely understand. But even within that, let's find those spaces for you
Yeah.
to just breathe and to be.
Yeah.
Like my mother has this group of friends. You know, because she lives in Delhi, so whenever she comes to Bombay now, she has a little group of these aunties and they hang together. So one day and I remember this, she's like, सबका plan बन रहा है, हम लोग अलीबाग जा रहे हैं सोचने के लिए. हम लोग सोच रहे हैं अलीबाग घूम के आते हैं. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize what she was doing. She was actually
waiting for your permission.
not permission. She was not asking for my
Like
permission.
validation.
But she was
Like,
just
go,
like,
go, huh?
yeah,
What do you- what do you
because
want to
she
say
doesn't
about
live
it?
here, right? She would go out with her friends in Delhi, but this is perhaps she just felt, I don't know, scared, new bunch of friends. Like, you know, I don't know, somehow as women, it's conditioned in us. Will it be safe? Is
Yeah.
it okay for me to do this? Is it
Yeah.
like whatever? I'm like, yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
But it was just that, I think because it's such a deep-rooted conditioning we have, right? Because then I think with women's safety, whatever, these
Yeah.
conversations, it's just part of whatever. And she went with this gang of girlfriends and she packed her
Blast. How
snacks
cute.
and like, you know, they played Antakshari and she came back with all these stories
Yeah.
from Alibag.
Oh, amazing.
It was quite lovely. So I feel even just to do that,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's also a great starting point. I don't think she's ever traveled alone.
Wow.
I mean, that's something,
Yeah.
I don't think, she'll travel alone and maybe go to Kashmir to meet my grandparents. So I think that's something on my agenda is to make sure that she travels. alone.
Wow. So does it ever get lonely, right? And I'll say this, you're married, you're not married, even I'm not married, but the concept of loneliness is like very universal. We speak to like thousands of people, and even in communities, in like a family setup, if you're married, you're not married, there's a very inherent feeling of loneliness. How do you look at that? Like, especially because you're in a marriage, and then we'll talk about what it is on the other side.
Sometimes you just want to be heard.
Yeah.
You don't want a solution. There are a lot of times when I tell people, I don't want a solution. I'm just talking.
I want to vent.
I want to vent. So it does come from that. And you know, a lot of it's also like, if I say this na, लेकिन तुमने ये नहीं करना चाहिए था ना. When you say something, that could be a reaction, or you know, but where was the need to put yourself in that situation? But it's like, 1 minute, why are we justifying everybody else?
It's already happened.
It's, and the one can't you say, yeah, you were right, you know, not correct. So at that point of time, you suddenly feel, why am I fighting why am I the only one who's fighting for myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that is the fear. At the same time, loneliness can also be interpreted as solitude, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is-
Aloneness.
aloneness. Being lonely and being alone are two different things. You know, I won't deny that just because you're surrounded by people, you can't be lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's alienating. Yeah.
it's not possible. Probably hurts more. You know, because अगर कोई है ही नहीं घर में, तो फिर मैं complain नहीं कर सकती ना कि you know, is somebody talking to me or not talking to me, or you know, my friends spend time with me or no, or my mom was there or no. If there's nobody, I don't have, you know, I can't complain about that. But when there is a full house and you feel that I can't even get through to somebody else, so there is nobody who's reaching out for me at this point of time, then suddenly you feel like that is when it really hits you and hits you hard.
Hard. Yeah. It sounds like it.
I don't know whether I made any
No,
sense.
it did.
No, you did,
It made
you
a
did,
lot
you
of
did, you
sense.
did.
Yeah. What about you? Are you tired of the when are you getting married or when are you settling down questions? Or have
Yeah,
they
but that's a separate.
stopped? That's a separate.
That's another
Conversation.
That's another conversation. But it's very interesting what you said about being lonely, because I feel like so this is what we do, right? When we fall in love, when we date, when we get married, when we have children, when we get a pet, right? What are we really doing? We want to find another living, breathing soul to validate us, to look at us, to acknowledge us, to love us, to even fight with us, to validate the fact that I'm living. This is the day I'm having. You know, this happened with me. And I feel like because we have this inherent need to share, like you just want someone to maybe text and be like, hey, this is how my day went. How was yours? You know, this thing happened at work and I just want to express that. Maybe you don't want them to do anything, but you need it's almost like we're using and we are being used to mark each other's existence almost.
Yeah.
You know, and I find that very, very beautiful in a way, because that's the whole basis of like human relationships.
Yeah.
Right? We just want someone to just have. Okay,
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Are you experiencing this
What
coffee?
yeah.
Like sometimes you, okay, let's go have a meal.
Yeah.
You want someone to taste this piece of bread that you are just so in love with because only this particular bakery makes it, and you want them to have that same feeling.
experience, yeah.
And you feel like, and you don't feel so alone anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Oh, you also
Yeah.
feel the same emotion that I am feeling in this moment. And I find that very, very beautiful, very romantic also. But yes, like Chef said, it is possible to be surrounded by a lot of people and a lot of noise and a lot of chatter and still not feel seen, heard, or validated. And therefore, it's important, at least I find in my personal experience, to find those spaces within yourself. I do believe that, and I say this to all my girlfriends, that of course you can be in a very loving relationship and be in a very loving marriage, but you are the greatest love story of your life.
Yeah.
Because you will live with yourself forever.
Yeah.
And ever and ever.
Yeah.
You are never going to leave
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
till the day you die.
Yeah.
So तुम ही हो भाई. तुम तो जैसे अपने किसी जिससे आप मोहब्बत करते हो, the way you would treat that person, treat yourself that way.
Yeah.
True.
And we never do that.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, aunties and uncles and now media, everyone keeps asking me, आपकी शादी बेटा कब हो रही है?
कब हो रही है? कब हो रही है?
मिल जाएगा आपको कार्ड.
So when we last did a podcast, I was telling you that you know, I'm going to freeze my eggs. So I went through
I thought that was amazing.
yeah, so I went through that
Yeah.
process and then I spoke about it and it suddenly became news. So, you know, it was
Yeah.
it was all over because apparently it was not the norm, right? And then there were so many different perceptions about this is not natural, you're surpassing biology, etc., etc.
Shaming women for normal things.
Yeah, but fundamentally, what I did was that I'm not married. I therefore do not know when I
Want
want
more when-
or whether I even want kids or I don't want kids. But I'm
True.
just it's an
It's an
insurance
option.
policy.
You're keeping
It's an
an
insurance
option.
policy.
Yeah.
But this was a fundamental problem, right? So
Do you even feel like a mother? if
yeah,
you go
yeah.
through
because it's not
Yeah.
It's not
And
natural.
पहले
Yeah.
तो it had started with how can you be a single mother?
Correct.
Problem तो वहाँ से शुरू हुआ.
वो
Correct.
तो भैया
Yeah.
बहुत पाप है. वो
Yeah.
तो अलग ही
मतलब
पाप
हो
है.
ही नहीं
हाँ,
सकता.
yeah,
You know? And then तो you've तो done full.
yeah.
No,
that's
it's
what-
almost like तो ऐसे तो
Last
मदर
time
बन ही
we-
नहीं सकते.
Yeah,
ये
like
तो
मदर-
मदर तुम तो गलत कर रहे हो. ये
Yeah,
तो
yeah.
wrong है.
So, you know, I just wanted to basically circumvent this biological clock is ticking. I was like, now it's done. Like everything is frozen and it's all good. So now after I realized people don't have anything to ask only because I'm like, it's all done. Now it's all done. Like it's there, right? Whenever I have to, should I have to, I'll go through the process. But more and more people, and this is just a study, it's actually something that was well researched over the past decade or so, are opting not to have kids only. So how does one look at motherhood and femininity? Because being a mother has been such a integral part of being a woman. You know that in order to be a woman, you have that motherly love, that motherly feelings. How does one look at that, especially because now you have grown boys and you're making certain choices for yourself and you're doing things for yourself? How does it weave into that narrative?
Being a woman, mother, sister, daughter, whatever, barring that, being a woman is being a nurturer. It has nothing to do with the relationship you have.
Okay.
You could be nurturing people on your set. You could be nurturing people in your closest circle. So it doesn't mean that that element of you only jagos when you have children. Like I said earlier, if you're not sure about it, please don't do it. It's a very tough job.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most selfless and yet the most selfish thing you'll ever do for yourself.
Yeah.
It will be your boon and it will be your bane. And mostly you'll be wrong. Like you'll just, until there is a certain age when they grow up and look back and realize, oh, that wasn't so off.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult decision to make. And, it's a very interesting thing. I was talking to somebody. A lot of people today, and I'm not trying to give a similarity between children and a home, but a lot of people today don't want to own a home.
Yeah.
They're very happy with renting a place.
Correct.
So they want a life which kind of facilitates to be able to travel, to be able to spend that money on something, on your own self
yeah.
or whatever. Now, when you have kids, like she was saying, she has dogs.
Yeah.
But it's a constant of, like, God forbid, if one is unwell, it's like you'd almost consider, and then there are kids, and you're like, you know what, I just
No, it did happen with me. So when I got both of them, they both felt terribly sick. They had parvo, tick fever,
my God,
every
babies.
possible thing, and they were actually admitted at the dog hospital close to my place. And I remember I had to leave for shoot. And I can't even imagine if there was a child,
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, like dogs, it's the same actually.
Of course.
I don't
Yeah.
differentiate. Like
Yeah.
I feel, but the fact that I had to leave for work and I couldn't actually ask this film to push this kid in Bangalore.
Yeah.
It was just so painful, right? But
Yeah.
I can only imagine it must be like what with a child.
True.
If your child is unwell or you have to be there for
Absolutely.
an important day, kind of a thing. So it's very, you have to be very sure. Like I said, that this is what you want at this point in time in your career. And I don't think there's anything wrong with you sort of, if you have the technology available, why would you not use it?
Yeah.
It's like saying, no, it's not normal to call someone 5,000 miles away, so don't use a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. You have the technology. Today we are conducting all our businesses using technology. We're
Absolutely.
but when it comes to women bodies, then we want to really hyper control it and make it, I don't know,
Traditional. Go
natural.
back
to
traditional.
natural.
Yeah.
There is natural people to die and not get surgeries.
Yeah.
But why are you circumventing the law or don't cut your hair? Just keep, growing your nails till they come. There are things we do because they make life easier.
Yeah. 100%.
And we should not be shaming women or controlling their bodies, because we just want to control fertility, and it's so warped actually.
Yeah.
If men had that option, like it would be completely normal and okay.
True.
It's like I say, if men were having periods, they would be like 3 days off in the month with paid leave and all of that. But when it comes to women, there's a big let's not talk about it. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I'm charming.
Huh.
We try and make it into that kind of a thing.
It's about, like, it started with you can't talk about certain things.
Yeah.
Then it went to we are talking about certain things, right? But we need to come to a place where it's normalized.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be
Spoken about.
It doesn't need to be elevated nor rubbished or run under the carpet.
Yeah.
Also, I think people are realizing that you may grow older and have more money, but will you have the health to be able to travel the world or do stuff for yourself? Secondly, I think a lot of people are also feeling, let me get secured financially and then have kids.
And that's important.
Which is important.
Super important.
Especially today, like things are so expensive. You don't want your child to not have the best of what you can offer.
And you want to give the best to your children.
Yeah.
But it's fine if you decide to give the best to yourself.
Yeah.
It's fine if you decide you don't want to have a child.
But
that
this
doesn't
is a
make you any
problem.
lesser a woman.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it doesn't make you like, oh, she doesn't care, or she's not sensitive, or she's not a nurturer. No, it has nothing
to do with it. Yeah.
But you know, this is a problem world over. Even in the US, like, I'm just aghast that there was this actual thing of like, it's kind of illegal to even go through an abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
But in
just.
some states, it still
Yeah,
is.
it's horrible.
But people are fighting this like day in
And they
day
should,
out.
because
Yeah.
it's horrible. What if somebody is like, I don't know, a rape victim, or the child is not, you know, you
Is-
can't.
has some
Has a medical condition that, I mean, who's going to provide for a person
True.
like that? But
Yeah.
you're using, you know, women bodies as examples to, I don't know, punish them in some way. That if you're pregnant today, then, you know, like, you don't
It's
have
your
the
fault.
option. It's your
Yeah.
fault, and
Yeah.
you have to carry this burden forever. And I feel that's so regressive.
And
Yeah.
very falsely, you're anchoring it in emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Arey, it's such a,
It's-
you
it's
know,
a
such
motherhood.
motherhood
Yeah.
is such a big deal.
Yeah.
So I genuinely feel to each their
Yeah.
own.
I think mothers should be stripped of this
Glorification.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, mothers are important, and I mean,
Yeah.
all of those things are very true. And we love our mothers, and they are like your primary caregivers and all of that. But don't like burden them with all this,
Yeah.
Don't burden them with all this unnecessary like where they are collapsing under the weight of their own you know, ideals that they have to live up to. Mothers are allowed to be flawed. Mothers are allowed to make
Absolutely.
mistakes. Mothers are allowed to imperfect, and that's perfectly okay, because nobody gives you a manual saying, okay,
Exactly.
ये लो अब तुमको मतलब
Absolutely.
आदर्श माँ
Also,
बनना है.
the other way also works, because now it's like, I don't want to feel this pressure of being this all hands on deck mother who's also raising a child, also having a
Working.
thriving
Oh,
career,
yeah.
also taking care of the house. That's also too much pressure, right?
Yeah.
Like I think I like have a few friends. It's perfectly okay for you not to want to have a career.
Yeah.
It's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I have friends that like मुझे नहीं काम करना. I want to
Yeah.
chill.
I
I
want
want to
to
like
stay at home. Yeah.
stay at home.
And why not?
And why not? And
Yeah.
it's perfect. And you shouldn't be shaming like, "Arey, how can you not have a
Yeah.
career?"
Now you should.
Now you
everybody's
should.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so these are all such important themes, and the show specifically talks about a very, very important theme, which is trafficking. And we're going to see a lot of like you said, like very evil shades of humanity, right? Did the process of shooting make you guys think that, oh my God, this is a reality for a lot of people, and we're carrying a very important message that this is almost like a mirror, right? Like this exists. So how was that process?
So one is that if you are a person with even an iota of sensitivity and awareness, you wouldn't be blinded to the fact that this happens around you. You don't need to do a show to register that. I mean, it is going around. Every time you're like, I wish I could do something about it. So that is very widely there. Of course, something like this kind of, it's, you know, like it's like it pushes you to reflect upon how things are around you, and also, even if it doesn't sound like the most important thing, it does bring conversations. You know, there was a sequence in the show which apparently isn't there anymore. When Vartika comes back from, she's been posted out of Delhi, right? And she comes back and she's having something, and this girl walks in her house. And, you know, Didi, aapko kuch chahiye? And she says, nahi, wo, you know, Lakshmi or whatever, kahan hai? नहीं वो you know बुआ को कुछ करना था तो इसीलिए मैं she's a young kid. The fact is, I wish that was kept, because the fact is to be aware that there is a child who ideally should have been studying, has been put into a situation where she probably should not have been. So even if this makes you more aware, you know, when you see something, you're like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
So I think, and you can't be blinded. It's a fact. It happens everywhere, and not just, though it's not just in Delhi. It is spread. That whole nexus is spread across the country. But this doesn't just happen in India.
Yeah.
It's a global thing.
Problem.
And I think you'd really have to be blind or delusional to not be able to see that.
I mean, like Chef said, I think, you know, it would move anybody. But because we're actors and we're also now part of this process of doing this show, you know, and I think actors have to be empaths. It's just the nature of our job. It's not that we choose to be. It's just you have to be, because you inhabit so many different worlds. And when you really put yourself in those rooms and in those situations, and although you do know it's make-believe, but you know your body's still going through those feelings and emotions, right?
Yeah.
I always say like I might not be actually physically killing a person, but in that moment when I'm performing a scene, I feel those feelings of rage and anger, and my body is going through that. I mean, it's not real, but my body is physiologically also and emotionally also going through that. It really disturbs you. It really does disturb you, because of course we're representing that for screen, but for so many people it's a lived reality as we speak. And that's really, really painful to even comprehend. Like the logical part of my brain is like, how are we even allowing this to happen? Like, why is more not being done? Why is this not like a burning thing where people are just like rushing and being like, okay, stop. This cannot happen. The baby Falak case, like my mind cannot comprehend. Like if a writer wrote that scene, I'd be like, "Tum kya likh rahe ho yaar? Matlab, this is too dark."
Sensationalizing.
Right?
This is not real.
But this has actually happened, and and then I don't know, the brutality of what human beings can do or where the mind can go is really sinister and really dark. Having said that, I do hope that when people watch this show, a bit more, I don't know, empathy, a bit more understanding, a bit more, I don't know, something happens where we can actually prevent these things from happening. Because I was playing a trafficker in this, I really had to put myself in a position where I'm like, okay, here I'm going to be, where I'm going to conduct this like a business.
Yeah.
But I had to really understand what the trafficker, why a trafficker would do this, especially a woman, and how she would use the fact that she's a woman against these young girls. And it's a horrible thing to even verbalize as I'm saying it, but it's a reality for a lot of people. That more often than not, I'm sure a lot of these handlers are women, and they come from a certain place, and they conduct themselves a certain way, and I had to really portray that. So of course, I was really like going through a lot, but I knew for the purpose of the character, I had to do it. So I mean, I was telling Chef earlier, like because these girls are really young, I was constantly touching them a lot in the show. Because there's good touch and there's bad touch. And if they're really young and they're groomed a certain way, they don't know the difference. So they get immune to it.
True.
And whether it would mean like kissing them or just caressing them or, whatever, touching them in certain parts, like I was just a horrible thing to even say. As I'm saying it, it's making me feel like, but it's probably true,
Do you carry that weight, because I'd asked you also this when the first season was about Nirbhaya, which was like I can't even think. I can't, like, you disconnect from that, right? Saying that I don't want to think about it was that bad. The second one was even like, something again very, very gruesome with serial murders that you were trying to solve, and now it's human trafficking. Does the weight of the character kind of linger? Because are you able to dissect, or does it stay with you? And does it affect you mentally or emotionally even once you've distanced?
Like I said earlier, as a sensitive person, you can never, if you wake me up from my sleep and tell me something, I'm going to feel as strongly about it. So that is one. Two, with Nirbhaya, I'll tell you exactly what happened. When the case happened, most of us questioned, why is nobody doing anything about it?
Yeah.
When I read the script, I realized there was somebody doing something about it. So there was an answer. And two, it was a woman. So it almost felt so good to be able to fight this. It might sound bizarre as hell, but it's a fact. I was in a position to do something about it. As an actor, I've never ever disconnected from Vartika. I can't. I just can't. There are certain parts you're like, it's for life. But when I'm doing a scene, I've given it everything I have. Everything. So I don't know what to take back. The pressure of the show as an actor, you're coming back with the third season. The first two have been so successful. Madam Sir has become larger than life. I'm petrified. I am just petrified. But as a person, it's just something that you can't ever let go. And that's what she holds so strongly. And without giving any spoilers, there is finally the good wins over the evil.
Oh, wow.
You can save. She does.
Yeah.
So it is a sense of relief also. That, okay, I started with this anger and this pain and this, like, what can I do to doing it and succeeding and being able to protect this bunch of girls at least. So that's how Vartika and Shefali and me and
Everything
everybody,
happens
like
together.
Kachar has.
Yeah, it's kachar only. I think as actors, you are you, but you're also playing a character. I mean, it's like if you were doing Juliet. Of course, Shakespeare's written it, but then the way I would do it, you would do it, she would do it, it'll all be very different, right? It's your interpretation of it. And often I find, and it's different for each role, right? Like sometimes you take back something, the moment you say a line or a dialogue, you actually understand something about this character and you probably take some elements of it back home. Like when I do a Rani Bharti, I think I get a lot of strength with the way she stands up to men and the way she speaks and she talks about certain things. Sometimes maybe she doesn't come from the same class or educational background or whatever, but she still has the audacity and the strength to stand in a room full of men and say what she has to say in very simple words, and she doesn't feel small or stupid or whatever about it. And I think that's something I have actually gained by playing that character for 4 years now. In the case of Meena, I feel like I had to always, I always had to leave her on set.
Yeah.
Because, but I had to not judge her. I had to understand why she was the way she was and never judge her. And to really go deep and really go horrible and really go, and I'm saying horrible now for the sake of this interview, but in the moment it was just the most natural thing to do. But there was always like, this is her and this is what she would do and this is me and I'm just doing my job, and the moment it's cut, I don't have to associate with her anymore. So if I'm doing a scene and I'm really like, you know, hurting someone, cut hone ke baad I'm saying like, are you okay? Are you
Sorry,
fine?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you go for another one, just tell me what you feel. And it was just two people. And you have to do that for yourself and your sanity, and also for the sanctity and the respect for your co-stars.
Yeah.
Because you never want to, like, at least I would never want anyone to go hurt physically or psychologically after a moment with me. Yeah.
Okay. So we've curated some questions
Okay.
that specifically Gen Z have for you.
Wow.
Yeah, so we did a little Q&A on our handles and people sent a lot of questions. We've
Amazing.
shortlisted a few.
Let's go.
So they're all kinds. So let's just take it. मम्मी बोल रही है अरेंज मैरिज कर लो और लव तो मुझे मिल नहीं रहा, तो क्या पेरेंट्स की पसंद के लड़के से शादी कर लो?
बिल्कुल नहीं. मतलब
short
तुम
answer.
उस लड़के को मिल सकते हो, because I mean if you can meet somebody
Do
on
we have
Tinder, you
these
can,
serious answers or time pass
You
answers?
can do whatever. These are actual questions, but that have come for you guys.
so what I'm saying, अगर Tinder पर किसी को ढूंढ सकते हो, तो अगर मम्मी और डैडी बोल रहे हैं इसको मिलो, तो मिल तो सकते हो. For all you know, you might click, but just because
Yeah.
somebody is saying get married, I mean, I would really be very wary of it, because you've got to maintain that commitment for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And you know,
But you can't go on a date with somebody your parents find, na? वो तो possible. You
That's
can.
an arranged date.
It's an arranged date.
Yeah.
but like think of it. I mean, does Tinder work in India?
Yeah.
Okay.
हाँ.
You
Does Tinder
read
work?
something like biodata नहीं देते हैं, वैसे ये भी biodata पढ़ के बोलते हैं हाँ मिलते हैं ना, like let's go meet for a coffee. So
As long as mom is like, अच्छा तो क्या किया तुम लोगों ने? Weirdo.
आपने काफी लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस की है, तो प्लीज बता दो when does life get easier? I love how both are looking at each other.
I'm waiting for it to get easier.
Still waiting. Okay.
Waiting for Gojo.
Why have men stopped approaching women they want to date?
Have they?
maybe because of this thing of, you know, being penalized for the wrong of what men have done in the past.
Yeah.
You
Or maybe
know?
they get intimidated. Like sometimes
Maybe they
strong
could
women
get
also intimidated.
Maybe they get intimidated, or they're like, you know, I remember when the whole Me Too movement happened, and I remember somebody telling me, I can't even compliment a co-worker.
Yeah.
You're looking nice today. You
Just
can't
because it's
do
so
it
much fear.
because it's like, oh, that's not. So sadly, maybe they're just carrying the burden of the wrong certain men have done.
I'm very underconfident. I think I don't look good enough. How do I be more confident?
Wow. Why are you looking at me?
Because you'll probably be giving the right answer. I don't think I should be giving an answer.
Say that
to
again.
this.
Say that again. Huh.
I'm very underconfident. I don't think I look good enough. How do I be more
Okay. Get into the shower. Take a nice hot shower. Come out of it. Wipe the fog off the mirror. Look at yourself and be like, you're freaking hot. Just look at you. Oh my God. That's stunner. And then just go out and then just greet the
Own it.
world.
Yeah, greet the world.
Greet the world.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to do a little bit of positive self-talk.
Yeah.
You have to tell yourself because sometimes human mind is so tricky. Like even if the world is telling us you look great, we're like, "Acha, really? I'm not so
Yeah,
sure."
yeah.
Like we only listen to what you
you
really want to
yeah.
hear.
Also, you know, like while we were doing these interviews, and I don't know how many times she has told me, Chef, take the compliment.
Just now.
Yeah,
It
just now.
happened.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I start justifying
Yeah.
some whatever.
But it is. Yeah. It brings us to the end. So I'm gonna
Ooh.
close
Yes,
it.
I was really enjoying this one.
Oh, really? But we have
but-
such little
no,
time.
I mean,
Can we
I'm-
ask
I
you?
was
Can we
enjoying
ask you
this
a few
entire-
questions?
Yeah, yeah.
Love or arrange?
Love.
Huh?
How can it be arranged? That's not. Joke out.
Dark or tall? Like dark haired or tall?
मतलब women में या men
Men में ना
बा-
वो तो उसकी
हाँ.
पसंद है उसको women पसंद है
अच्छा.
कि men पसंद है.
Dark hair.
Dark
No,
hair?
That's a thing, or I
I don't know. I'm just saying like tall, dark, and handsome. So if you have to only pick one, would you
हाँ.
pick a dark haired guy or a tall guy?
Dark hair.
Solo
Oh.
travel or with friends or with family?
Solo travel. Like just go and be.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta. But how is this randomly just started?
Can I say something? You can absolutely cut it off. You know, she'll say pizza or pasta.
Pizza or pasta?
Chadiya banayani. You're not gonna get this. And then,
She's just waiting for us to finish. तुम लोग का जब हो जाए मुझे बता देना.
but it's been not. I'm not talking about these Gen Z questions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's been wonderful talking to you.
So sweet. Thank you. And it's
always,
been
really-
always.
yeah, and I'm a true fan of Delhi Crime and all of these like these seasons. So I can't believe I've not watched it. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
and do
that's
it
Go,
today.
go. You have to watch
Yeah.
it and tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Done.
have to tell us.
Yeah.
But this has been a really fun chat, and you always have the most, I don't know, insightful questions. That once the questions are over, I'm also thinking, like that's what I really feel about you,
Yeah.
because you can't prepare for these things.
Yeah. And it's also it's coming out of sensitivity, I feel. And honesty. It's not just because this is the cool question to ask.
And talking about the whole lived feminine experience,
Yeah.
what it means to be that.
True.
Just three girls. I
Just
love
three
the
girls,
conversation. Coffee. It was so nice. And I'm so excited for Delhi Crime. Everybody's so excited for Delhi Crime.
Thank
so
you.
please watch it. It's out tomorrow. And we're going to see a very different side to a villain and the same fierceness of Madam Sir. So excited. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
Thank you. And you have to tell us what you thought of the show.
I love it in advance.
And are you single or dating?
I'm dating.
I want this clip.
Okay, done.
Yay!